Welcome back to another episode of Philosophical Flicks. Today, we dive into the rich world of Albert Camus, a philosopher existential questions central to our existence. His labyrinthine thoughts promise to challenge your perception of life. Philosophy, as Camus emphasized, isn't about answers, but about altering. Renowned for his exploration of human consciousness, he left behind a profound philosophical approach to what we call absurdity. So please do join us on this journey, through the intricate weavings his life and evolving thoughts. Ready to explore the philosopher of the absurd? Have you ever questioned the absurdity of life? The seeming meaninglessness of existence? Such were the thoughts that plagued the mind of Albert Camus. Albert Camus, born in Algiers in 1913, lived in poverty and was orphaned early due to the horrors of World War I. This early loss shaped him profoundly, becoming the foundation of his philosophical musings. He was under the shadow of his father's early death and the echoes of war, in a sun-kissed Mediterranean land of poverty and struggle. His life was marred by suffering, yet he sought meaning in the absurdity of existence. A child of hardship, Camus used his experiences as fuel for his philosophical inquiries. Albert Camus' journey into philosophy was not planned, but an exploration born out of personal curiosity and struggle. Born in Algiers, he was intrigued by the enigmas of life and freedom, a necessity to understand his existence marked by hardship and colonization. At 17, he was diagnosed with tuberculosis. This encounter with mortality intensified his philosophical exploration, reminding him of life's fragility and pushing him further into the depths of philosophical thought. Instead of succumbing to despair, Camus chose to grapple with life's essential questions, its meaning, the inevitability of death and suffering. His illness became a lens for viewing the world and understanding the human condition. It led him to confront life's absurdity, irrationality and death, themes central to his philosophical writings. His struggle with mortality propelled him to probe deeper, question more, and strive for a better understanding of existence. Camus' philosophy was not merely academic, it was a response to his personal struggle with mortality. His life, struggles, and the pursuit of understanding shaped one of the 20th century's most influential thinkers. In a world gone mad, Camus found his voice. Amid the turmoil of a Europe under the Nazi regime, Albert Camus emerged to become a beacon of defiance. Despite his background in literature, he was drawn into the realm of resistance against tyranny. During the Nazi occupation of France, he joined the French resistance, using his pen to counteract the oppressors. He became pivotal to the resistance, serving as editor for Combat, an underground newspaper that conveyed hope and resilience. Camus honed his philosophical ideas in this crucible of resistance, shaped by the harsh realities of war. Through Combat, he rallied his fellow compatriots, emphasizing the duty to resist oppression. His words were a call to action. Camus also staunchly opposed communism, viewing it as a threat to individual freedom. He criticized the Soviet Union's authoritarian regime, incurring the displeasure of many intellectuals. This isolated stance only solidified his resolve as he chose integrity over popularity. His life was not restricted to an ivory tower. He was on the front lines, using his words to champion freedom and justice. Therefore, he was not just a philosopher, he was a man of action. His life was a testament to his belief that philosophy is about changing the world, not just understanding it. Camus proposed rebellion amidst the absurdity. This crucial thought is at the heart of Albert Camus' existential philosophy. His illuminating ideas, arising in the bleak aftermath of war, center on his profound engagement with the absurd. This absurd represents the friction between our desire for sense and the unresponsive universe. It's like expecting a reply from a void, only to encounter a silence that intensifies our insignificance and the void of our existence. In The Stranger, Camus explores the life of Meursault. His indifference towards norms and his acceptance of life's meaninglessness symbolize the absurd. He exists and perishes without any significant purpose. However, the myth of Sisyphus presents Camus' solution. He encourages embracing the absurd, introducing the Greek myth of Sisyphus. Sisyphus is the absurd hero who finds satisfaction in his ceaseless toil. He acknowledges his fate, hence conquers it. In The Rebel, Camus advances this concept, advocating a rebellion against the absurdity of existence. This rebellion is a personal revolution, an uprising of acceptance and endurance. We assert our own meaning and values in the face of an indifferent universe. Camus' philosophy was defiance of the universe's indifference, providing solace for those wrestling with the mystery of existence. Delving deeper into the philosophy of Camus, we must consider its influence on modern society. The absurd, as Camus saw it, is a timeless concept, a cornerstone of existence. It's the silent scream in the face of an indifferent universe, the existential dread that gnaws at us. So how does this philosophy manifest in the century? How does the modern man identify with the absurd? Today, we are more connected than ever, yet we feel more disconnected. The rapid progression of technology has not necessarily made life more meaningful. We encounter the absurd in our search for purpose. This life of existence is mirrored in our art, our literature, our films, and our music. It's evident in the works of directors like Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan, the existential angst in the novels of Murakami and Vonnegut. The philosophy of the absurd is a tool to navigate the complexities of existence, a lens to view the world, a framework to understand it. This philosophy provides us a perspective to deal with our existential crisis, to find solace in our insignificance in the grand scheme of things. It's a call to rebel, to find joy in the mundane, beauty in the chaos, purpose in randomness. In the face of the absurd, we assert our existence, we make our mark. We create art, write stories, build relationships, and make memories. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. The premature passing of Albert Camus is a testament to this saying. In January 1960, his life was abruptly ended in a car accident. At 46, his philosophical legacy was still developing. He left behind his unfinished novel, The First Man, an unfiltered narrative exploring his difficult childhood in Algeria. Published posthumously, this novel gave the world a glimpse into Camus' mind, adding depth to his philosophies. His concept of absurdity has deeply influenced modern thought, resonating with philosophers, writers, artists, and those questioning their existence. His teachings on absurdity, human resilience, and individual freedom remain relevant. Camus prompts us to embrace and reject life's absurdity, rebel against it, and find our own purpose. His words are often quoted, and his ideas continue to spark debates. Even though his life was cut short, his thoughts provoke and inspire. Indeed, the flame that was assigned to Albert Camus ignited a fire that continues to burn brightly. Thank you for sharing another episode of Philosophical Flicks with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and each other.